Welcome back, Commanders, to this third video in this series of getting acquainted with Elite Dangerous. In this video we're going to select the Surface Operations tutorial and just play through it. This is effectively the on-foot aspects of the Elite Dangerous Odyssey game. So in this third tutorial you are starting out on foot, and essentially what's going to happen is the tutorial is going to guide you through all the different tasks and objectives and jobs and things that you can basically do on a planet. And essentially it's to teach you the controls. So for this I'd advise on a PC using a keyboard and mouse combination, probably the best combination to use. Having said that, I have used a games controller for this and it works just as well. So what's going to happen first of all is they're going to take you through a series of tasks that teach you how to use three main tools you have in your inventory. That is the Energy Link, the Arc Cutter and the Profile Analyser. So here you use the Energy Link to just open the door because the door's got no power. Once you're through the door, you'll then hit the T letter on your keyboard to activate your flashlight. So next you're going to be taught how to use the Arc Cutter, and you're basically going to use that to extract a power regulator from the SRV that's in this compartment. The Arc Cutter can be a little bit fiddly. Essentially all you have to do in this one is just cut along that sort of white and red line. And to extract the power regulator, you just use the letter E on your keyboard. When you're doing the tutorials, it's useful to know that your objectives are always located in the top right hand corner of the screen. And to locate where your objective is, you can use the display at the top that basically guides you with a blue dot as to and the current distance as to where your objective is located. And here we're just going to use the Energy Link to again just charge the charge port for the door. Useful to know that on the PC, if you press number 3, that equips the Energy Link, number 4 equips the Arc Cutter, and number 5 equips the Profile Analyser. So we're going to use the Arc Cutter for a second time, and this time it's to open the maintenance panel, and this time you have to cut all the way around the panel in order for it to be opened. So now you have to move back to using the Energy Link tool again, but this time you have to switch it to a different mode in order to basically override or overcharge the airlock. You can do this by pressing the R key. Okay, so now you have to basically power the base back up using that power regulator that you took out earlier. You need to insert the power regulator into this housing here. However, the power control panel is locked, so you therefore have to clone or steal a profile of one of the nearby workers in order to be able to activate the power panel. So in order to do this, you need to use the profile cloning tool or the Profile Analyser tool in profile cloning mode, which means selecting the Profile Analyser tool by using the number 5 on your keyboard and then pressing the R button again to change the mode so it's in profile cloning mode. Then all you need to do to power up the settlement is to walk up to the power center control panel and press the E button to interact. Okay, so next you're going to have to move to another building within the settlement, which this time is the command center. Useful tip when you're looking around a settlement and you want to go to a specific building, they're actually written on the side of the building, the type of building that they are, in this case the command center. So the command center is on fire, so you're going to go to a control panel, you're going to basically vent the atmosphere to put the fire out, and then you're going to re-engage the atmosphere again. At the start of the mission we never really covered off what the purpose of the mission is overall. You're actually here to retrieve a stolen recording from the settlement. So in order to do this you need to come into the settlement, you need to break in, power it up, find out where the recording is, and then leave again. In order to find the correct data port that we need to use to download the data, we essentially need to use this computer terminal to find the data port, and then once we've selected it, it'll then appear in our objectives location at the top of the screen. So now we find the data port, we download the data, and when we do that, essentially a bunch of bad guys are going to turn up to try and stop us, and we are now going to have to fight our way out of the settlement. And if you look out at the starport window, you can see in the distance a ship starting to arrive. When they arrive, they're going to dispatch a bunch of bad guys, and those are the guys that you're going to have to fight. Okay, so we're at the combat part of the mission. A couple of little pointers here. The first one is your suit has a shield which you activate using the letter C on your keyboard unless you have changed your keyboard bindings. Once your shield is on, you will sap more power from your suit. Knowing that there are suit recharge points within each of the buildings is useful, and I'd advise going out and finding a recharge point straight away in order to charge your suit. The bad guys will show up on your radar on the top left hand corner of your screen. Now you're fighting against your opponents, you'll find they'll have shields. You need to use your primary weapon, which is your laser weapon, to take the shields down. The game advises that you switch to your secondary weapon, your handgun, to finish off your opponent. I find that sticking with the laser weapon is generally easier. If you find your suit is running low on power, don't forget you do have an energy cell in your inventory that you took earlier. You can use that to recharge your suit. Also, if you get injured or your health is suffering, you can use a med kit that is also in your inventory. If you're running low on ammo, you can search the nearby buildings. There are crates and containers that will actually have ammo stocks within them, so you can renew your ammo supplies. And as I mentioned earlier, there are suit recharge sockets within each of the buildings which you can use to recharge your suit. And that's the last guy finished off, and that is the end of the combat bit of the mission. So now all you have to do is to basically walk to the docking port, or the docking station, or the landing pad I should say in this instance, and a ship will come and collect you and take you off planet. And that essentially concludes the on-foot tutorial, the surface tutorial for Elite Dangerous Odyssey. The ship will take you off planet and land at another nearby station on a planet. Essentially, you can play Elite Dangerous Odyssey without flying a spaceship. You can essentially do what is essentially taxi runs between systems, and you can select to do ground-based missions. So you don't even need to fly a spaceship in Elite Dangerous Odyssey. You can just do the ground missions. If you've enjoyed watching this video, then please like and subscribe, as it does help my channel. On part 4, I will be looking at the more advanced combat training tutorial, so please join me on the next one. If you'd like to see something in particular, then please let me know in the comment section.